So Curtis Jones was one of them, Bickler. How do you see his role moving forward? I mean, we've seen enough of him now to kind of have like a good sampling.
I mean, I think the question should be, out of the 14 Joneses, where would you put him on the list in terms of the hierarchy?
Do you want me to give you the list?
Yeah.
No, you don't. Trust me. Some of them are really old, even older than me. So that's freaking old. So where do you see Jones playing?
Oh, man. I'm sorry for the huge pregnant pause, but Jones is so frustrating for me because, I mean, like a lot of these guys, comes out, lights the world on fire. And I think he has his moments. He just struggles with his defensive assignments big time in that midfield. Not such a big part of that 4-3-3 system. I think that maybe he benefits if we switch to a 4-2-3-1 with some time out wide on the left. But I think really, I think he's going to be a rotational player. And I think, honestly, maybe this is the year where we really look at whether a move for him is in his best interest. And I know that's insane considering the fact that, I feel like 24 months ago, we were talking about him as being one of the up and coming premier talents in the midfield in England. But I just think the system doesn't really suit him. In terms of his strengths, he seems like a little bit of an in-betweener in a lot of ways. And I don't know that I've seen enough growth from him. So it's going to be a big year for Curtis for sure in terms of whether he beds in and ends up making this his future or moves.
I think my biggest frustration with Curtis comes from, apart from the defensive duties, I almost feel like when he does get the opportunity, there's a bunch of players, right? The squad is deep. It's a quality squad, so you're not going to get a lot of chances. So somebody like Taki, for example, when they come on the field, I don't get the sense that they're trying above and beyond, kind of going out of the system and going out of themselves to show their value. I almost get the sense, maybe because of his style, or how long sometimes he hangs on to the ball and tries to almost. I used to say that about Keita all the time when he would get rare opportunities, that he would almost try to force some passes and thread the ball in instead of playing within the system. Is that just an age thing? First of all, I guess, do you agree with that, Ali? Or is that just an age thing, or it's just the style? I mean, he wants more. Like I say, he does not play as fast as, for example, I know Hendo is not as skilled on the ball and doesn't have the fancy moves that Curtis does, but the ball moves a lot faster, which this midfield demands.
Yeah, so to the great questions. To those points. One, I don't think it's just an age thing, because I think we've seen it in younger players who don't do it when it's not in their makeup. I think it's in his DNA to be a highlight reel, to be a showboat player. My bet is he was the kid who was the most talented and the trickster, and who liked playing all the tricks in the park and did the small touches and liked a little shit talking, because he looks like a shit talker, right? You see him with the bandana after they win the title. He acted like he literally won the Premier League title himself on the pitch. And I don't blame him. I probably would have fucking too. But I've been probably the most critical of him at times, especially early, of his defensive lapses. And I'll just say it here. I don't think he's good enough.